there is a risk of injury if you overload it. You would end up getting fractures.
So what are the biggest changes you see in women in their 40s?
So first and foremost, you lose your muscle mass. Exercise has to be a part of your routine. Let's say if you want to run a marathon, you need to get trained for it. You can't just run a marathon.
So what are the biggest changes you see in women in their 40s?
So first and foremost, you lose your muscle mass. That's something which one has to be taken care of. Secondly is the low metabolism, and which equals to weight gain. And the third most important is your hormonal changes, which gives rise to menopause. So these are the three things which comes right on as soon as you are in your 40s.
So as one ages, I think it just gets harder to recover from binges or to stay in shape. So can you give us some tips for that?
So I very strongly believe that exercise, eating right, should be a part of your lifestyle and should not be something extra. So just to give you an example that how every day we always brush our teeth. So it's not something which you have to be motivated for. It's a part of your routine. Same way, exercise has to be a part of your routine. You don't have to think that, okay, I want to do 3 days a week, 4 days a week. You need to move every single day because we eat every single day. So your metabolism is not going to think that, okay, 3 days she has exercised, so let me be high. And 3 days she hasn't, let me be low. You need to maintain that throughout.
So a lot of my friends have actually taken to strength training at the age of 40, 45, even 50. So what are some tips you would like to give to them?
First and foremost, everyone who crosses 40 should do strength training. But by strength training, it's not important that you have to lift heavy weights. Even simple things like your own body weight or resistance tubes or simple like any form of resistance form of exercise, which can be, for example, Pilates. You need to make sure that you do something which is controlled form of exercise and not high impact. Because of osteoporosis, there is a risk of injury if you overload it. You would end up getting fractures. So you need to make sure that one, strength training has to be there, but it has to be in a right way under the care of a healthcare professional.
So Stuti, this is what we see a lot,
Yeah.
that people just injure themselves and then they just
Exactly.
stop strength training. So if I were to tell you that 3 things that you must not do at all now that you've crossed 40.
So I wouldn't say you can't do it. Anything like we deal with a lot of patients who come to us with injuries from exercise. The reason is, one, they overdid it to start with. Second reason is people have to go gradual. Like let's say if you want to run a marathon, you need to get trained for it. You can't just run a marathon in your 40s and 50s. But let's say if you're doing something, if you are a marathon runner and you are in your 40s, then it's okay. You can continue that. But if you're adding something new, you need to do it in a controlled way, and you can't just, just jump into it.
One of the things that a friend did was she started with 100 squats on day 1.
Right.
And then her thighs and her knees gave away.
Yeah.
So what are the other things that you would say ki just like, one of the things of course is train gradually.
Yeah.
What else? Like burpees?
No, I always feel that you need to strengthen your core. That's extremely important when you are in your 40s, because when your powerhouse is strong and active, a lot of injuries wouldn't happen. So squats, I think number is just a game. We shouldn't focus on number. We should focus on more quality movements. So if someone like I deal with a patient who is 85-year-old and she's doing Pilates, now just imagine.
Wow.
So everyone can do any form of exercise, but it has to be done in a right way. So you need to take care of your knees. You need to take care of your back, because these two things are going to affect first if anything goes wrong. And you wouldn't understand on day 1. It is going to keep happening. Your body will always tell you when it has gone beyond 60-70% damaged. So that's when someone realizes, oh, I did this and it just came the pain. No, it's like that. It's like you are constantly doing it over the years, over the months maybe, and that gives you that pain.
Stuti, so this number game that we all are obsessed with, 200 squats, lift 20 kgs. What is your, advice on that?
I'm completely against the number game. The reason is when your focus is on the number, you are never focusing on the quality of the movement, and you are basically injuring yourself, whether it's a back or a knee. So just for an example, I had a client, so she used to be doing like 7-8 Surya Namaskars, and one fine day, her teacher said that today you're going to do 108 Surya Namaskar.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Now, see, it's not that she is a patient. She's a normal individual, but 108, even for a normal individual, you need to progress gradually. But just for that sake of, oh yeah, today I did 108, it's just not a right way to abuse your body. You need to really go gradual, because she complained of back pain. And then, that's what is going to happen if you don't do it rightly, because your back has not been used to doing 108. Your knees are not okay for it.
So you said that your body knows when
Yeah.
it's 60 to 70% damaged. In fact, I had a friend who had a meniscus tear, and she was like, when she went to the doctor, they were like, why are you coming with such a bad pain? What happened
Yeah,
till it
yeah,
get there?
yeah.
So something on that.
So it's so tricky that, when one fine day you have pain, you always feel that I've not done anything. Like I have seen so many patients who had menisci tear or like proper knee pain, and where there is no history of a fall or some big injury or anything. The reason then, when I go back, when I keep asking them, what have you done in the 6-8 months of exercise form? It always goes back to what they did wrong in exercise. And they actually come to know that, oh, I used to do this many squats, or I used to lift so much of weight.
And there was pain
And
then.
there was pain at that time, but they kept pushing, thinking, oh, I want to achieve this number, achieve this target. But I think it's your body. You need to listen to your body. Your body will always tell you that this is not right. There is a difference between being lazy and being mindful.
Yeah.
At times you know that your patient is not doing because they are lazy, but you know that they actually, somewhere, they are not feeling good, and you should stop. So as a instructor, also as a teacher, you should keep asking, and your client also has to know that, okay, it's okay to not do too much today if my body is not filling up for it. I'll do maybe next session.
So one of the thing that I always keep getting asked, from my friends, because I train, is if I have very heavy cold or if I have fever.
Right.
So should we train or not train?
That's a very good question. I believe that if you are doing your normal routine in a day, you can exercise, but you can modify it. So you don't choose that day to overdo yourself, but in fact, simple form of exercise can help you in that. Because exercise helps you in creating a better immunity, right? So a lot of my clients, when they have cold and cough, of course, if it's too much, they don't want to give us, so they don't come. But if not, then they actually come because they feel that it opens up. So a lot of positions, you wouldn't do it, because if you have a running nose, you can't do in prone, like on your stomach. But a lot of things actually helps you in opening up. So one should do it, but not hardcore, more like light impact. Yeah.
But hopefully under the supervision of somebody who's trained.
Always. You can never, it's your body. I feel your body, you can't give to anyone who is not a trained professional.
So you spoke about menopause. So are there some exercises that will help us deal with the symptoms of menopause? What can be done?
I think just doing an exercise form itself helps you in menopause. One is, of course, weight gain is happening. There is that hormonal change in that phase where how much ever you exercise, you are going to still see a weight gain. But you need to be patient, because eventually you will drop that weight. One. Secondly, how and what you do in that menopausal phase. If you feel that, okay, I'm feeling depressed, I'm moody, I don't want to exercise, that's actually going to increase that. When you exercise, you release adrenaline, right? So when these hormones are there in your body, you feel better. Plus, there's a lot of issues. People, like my patients, always complain that we don't get that good sleep what we used to get it before.
Yes.
So there is sleep disruption. So that also is much better if you are moving enough, if you're exercising enough, because your body gets tired at the end of the day, and you sleep better. You sleep better, you are more fresher and happier.
Wow.
So everything is very much connected. And I personally feel that you need to move. Just even 1 hour of exercise, still I feel it's not enough when you are targeting whole day, 24 hours. So if you're exercising 1 hour in the morning, but you still need to do small stretches or mobility movements during the day, simple things like just take stairs.
Okay.
If you don't have any knee issue, just take stairs. Don't take elevator. Or when you are sitting, you just do some stretches, some shoulder neck stretches. So that all doesn't take that much time. At work also, you can do that 1-2 minute things, which will make sure that your body is much more mobile, much more
Through the
active
day.
through the day.
Yeah.
And that all equally works in helping you throughout your menopause. I've seen a lot of clients who have never felt that they were in menopause.
Wow.
Because they were exercising. So both kind of clients you always see that some feel that menopause is a huge thing, which is, but you can take care of it.
So, Stuti, you just mentioned that it's not just that 1 hour in the morning, but you have to be active through the day.
Yeah.
So, can you give us quick hacks how one can be active through the day?
So first and foremost, when you get up in the morning, you do your neck and shoulder stretches
Yes.
first. Second is whenever there are stairs, you always for that. Enough. Third, spot very good
Yes.
for your ankles and for your legs. That is one thing. I even feel breath work is extremely important. We in day-to-day lives, we are so busy, we don't breathe. Even if exercise, I always feel my patients are doing exercise very good, but they're not breathing. So these small things, if you are doing in the day, it's still making you be active.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. It's great.